A year ago today, Boris Johnson leaned into our TV screens, telling us, "You must stay home. Protect the NHS. Many lives will be lost." What words they were. Staying at home in itself to some would have been the most fearful thing, not safety. But amongst the panic buying and empty supermarket shelves, none of us could have ever expected that we would have been on the brink of the most difficult year in our history, and certainly our lifetimes. We have lost family, friends and colleagues to COVID-19. Some of us are COVID survivors, or we know people who are still battling with some of the long-term, unknown effects even of this horrific virus. Our jobs, our businesses, our children's education, our routines, our lifestyles have all been affected. You, along with your family and friends, will have carried one another through the dark days and no doubt made your own highlights through the year. And today we thank God for the creativity, the resourcefulness, the dedication and sacrifice that people have made to get us through. You dug deep. You found the truth of the words of songs that we sing in church, and the one that says, "All of my life, in every season, you are still God. I have a reason to sing. I have a reason to worship," is one that stuck with me throughout this last year. We will have felt so much emotion and pride as we stood on the doorsteps with our neighbours and hand clapped the NHS on Thursday evenings. We found new ways to balance work, and we've had to approach homeschooling and discovered new hobbies. We've pulled out old jigsaws. We've taken up those box sets and Netflix to fill in the hours of isolation at times. We've created new weekly rhythms for life, and they're fluid and may well be changed from an email from the boss, or a positive test, or an announcement from the government. Everything can change in a moment, and we're getting to grips with that. Now, if we do leave home, it's never without that second thought, do I really need to? And we grab our mask, our keys and our phone. We appreciate that we're all different in how we deal with trouble and stress. That our experiences this year will have bounced from feelings of boredom to burnout and incredible blessings. But there is this overarching need that remains in us all to feel like that we belong. We all carry our scars, the wounds from this year. The way of recovery will be long. We all have our stories to tell, and we will have economic and emotional stuff to have to work through. New waves of COVID may hit us yet. It's a roller coaster, isn't it, of emotions. It isn't over yet, but whatever the next season of the new normal might be, whatever changes come, we know the God who remains faithful, consistent in his care, consistent in his love for us, consistent in his invitation for us to belong, consistent in his plan to draw all people to him so that they too can know that deep sense of belonging, that fulfillment, that purpose in life. Folks, how we approach the easing of lockdown will not be the same for everyone. As a church, we want to do this very steadily. That's why we're opening up again just once a month for the coming season, and everything is open to change if need be. Our personalities, our experiences this year will have shaped us into who we are today. Some of us will charge out of lockdown like cattle out of the barns in spring, like the doors have just opened at the next Boxing Day sale. At the opposite end of that, some of us will take a little bit more time. We'll wait and see. We felt anxious in isolation, and chances are we may be feeling anxious about coming out of isolation. We may not feel at ease for a while yet, even with our vaccines. And you know what? That's all right as well. God knows. But if you'll allow us, we want to journey this coming season with you all as a church family. It's difficult to see what lies ahead still. We still don't have all the answers. But two passages of the Old Testament resonate with me again at the moment. The first in 2 Chronicles 20:12 says this: "We don't know what to do, but our eyes are fixed on you, God. And that is where we're looking at the moment. We're taking on the information that we have. We're doing what is right as much and as best as we can. But ultimately, our eyes are fixed on God. And the second is in Psalm 119 in the Message, and it says this: by your words, God, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my path. I've committed myself and I'll never turn back from living your righteous order. Everything is falling apart around me, but put me together again by your word. You know, God is good at putting the jigsaw pieces of our lives back together again, able to strengthen us when we're feeling the most weak. I thank God that all through this storm, his love has still been the anchor. He's kept us, and not for one moment did he leave us. And even now, in the darkest of moments, where we carry our grief, where we feel cornered, where we don't have an answer, where we're unsure of the future, whether we've got a job to go back to after furlough, when in the natural we can't see the next step, we thank God that by his word we can see where we are going. And so in this new season, with all its potential and uncertainty, let's decide even today in our hearts to keep our eyes fixed on him. Let's keep meeting together to encourage one another in church or online. And I really do look forward to that day when we can all meet together in huddles around fire pits and meal tables once again. God bless you, folks. Hope to see you Easter Day. It's a full house. What a day, a celebration that will be. God bless you.